Am I one of the first to go for a drifting session on the T598? Maybe. Woo! Burn it! Definitely getting curbs more, as you can see there. Yeah, PlayStation players who have never had a wheel are going to eat this up. This is a big deal. This is awesome. Oh my gosh. Today is a good day for two reasons. One, a company sent me free stuff, and I'll always take free stuff. And two, there is a new direct drive wheel on the console market. Let me introduce you to the Thrustmaster T598. So just to be upfront, Thrustmaster sent me this wheel for free, and they have no expectations. They didn't tell me to say anything nice. They're not asking to see the video first. I have it before it's out, and which is pretty cool. And yeah, I'm just gonna do my thing. However, they did get off the hook pretty easy with me. I've only had one wheel ever, and that is the Fanatec CSL DD 5 Newton meter. I've been racing on it for about a year, so I will be comparing them a lot. As long as it does direct drive wheel stuff, then I think we're probably in the clear. Because having another console wheel on the market is only a good thing, right? But I kind of know why they gave me this, really. It's because they know I make sexy edits, and I got all these fancy cameras. So they're like, he's gonna make a sexy edit for our wheel. So let's get sexy. That might have been a little too sexy. I'm not going to show you the rest of that footage. But we do have the wheel here, so here it is. If you were looking for pretty packaging, look elsewhere. It's just a cardboard box with like lots of compartments and stuff, so it, you know. Including Thrustmaster's new pedal set. I think when these come out, they will be $100. They're also not assembled, so you're looking at a little bit of work out of the box. You will have to assemble this stuff. This box smells a little bit like weed. Why? You'll find a box full of power cables and connection cables. It looks like there's a fairly long, maybe like a 10-foot USB-C, which would be nice. Hey, pieces for the desk clamp. Kill me. Pedals, like I said, pedals are not assembled. You'll get baggies with springs and stuff like that in it. So I'll get this stuff all put together, and then we're gonna do two things. We're gonna race this thing on the desk first, which I know is crazy. We're gonna go back to being a desk racer, even though we got the rig. We gotta let the people know how is it on a desk. And then we're gonna go over to the rig and do our PC work and stuff like that. So very excited to play Gran Turismo with a wheel, because I hate controller. Now that I've got the wheel, I hate controller. It's the worst. Let's see here. Aha. Now, the desk mount has these little pads on it right here on the sides. So it does grip to the desk, which is nice. So I run into my first issue. Keyboard tray's not gonna allow it. So goodbye keyboard tray. I need a tool to use. Look at that, prepared. Let's get this out of here. It looks like about 1/2 inch is the thinnest table it will clamp onto. So you might just have to make something else work like me. I'm going to try to get it to clamp onto this crossbar. And I think that it's doing the job. Okay, good deal. I'll raise up my monitor. We'll bring my monitor in. I've forgotten what it's like to race at a desk. It's very janky. And here's the movement from my desk. You're gonna get the full experience if you're a desk racer. I'm showing you everything right here. So this is the wheel that comes with the 598. It is plastic construction. At first glance, I think it looks a little cheap, but holding them both in my hands, it feels no lesser quality than the P1 V2. So take that for what it's worth. To me, the buttons look to be the cheapest part of the construction here, but at the same time, the tactile feel on them is pretty good. I actually kind of like it. It's very similar to what you get with the Fanatec starter wheel as well. The paddles on here are very tactile. Once they go in, there's no pushing them past that point. It's like a click in and a wall. If we look here at the Fanatec one, they click in, so once they break the limit, they have a lot of flex. You can really push them down. It's like a solid wall. I kind of like that. Their quick release is the standard Thrustmaster quick release here. It's pretty nice. It's got a lever up top, so your wheel goes in. There's no getting it wrong. It's like those toys when you're a kid and you put the square peg in the square hole. And then you just latch down the collar. I won't be able to speak on this till it's on the rig, but to me, that's a solid connection, which is what I had the hardest time with when I went with the Fanatec CSL DD bundle. Peel it off. While we're talking a bit about the wheel and its construction, we should talk price. This wheel is $499 USD. You can do your conversions however you do those. Maybe I'll put them on screen if I'm feeling nice. Probably not, I'm pretty lazy. But I think that kind of lands right in the market, like where it should be priced compared to what Fanatec's offering right now in Moza with the R3, console compatible wheels. And also last year when I bought the CSLDD, it was 400, 5 Nm base, and I had to buy a desk clamp for 40, and to get it to have a nice QR, you have to spend like another 150 or more, and then every wheel past there you also have to buy a wheel side for. So I always think it's smart to look at what your upgrade path looks like when you're going into a direct drive wheel. And also, this is not a direct drive wheel. This is a new technology that Thrustmaster is claiming is innovative, and I can't wait to try it out. They're calling it DAD. Who's that? Who is it? Dad? Now, before we go further in this review, I think you should know that the skits that you've seen so far are not canon, so don't combine the two. They're totally separate universes. That story could get messy. So let's just separate skits, not canon. Now back to it, Dad. Direct Axial Drive. This is a new direct drive technology. I'm not about to dive into all the technical stuff about it because I probably won't even know what I'm talking about. But I will say that at its core, this is a 5 Nm base consistently with the ability to boost into higher ranges, upwards of like 8 Nm, I believe. So when the wheel needs it, it can give you short intermittent bursts of force feedback. To me, it sounds like that could be negative, like if you were in a turn and all of a sudden your wheel's stronger, but I guess it depends on how it plays out. I'm excited to see what that's all about. So, hi. So I assembled the pedals. I actually kind of like them. The nice heavy metal plate here, I don't even know what they call this thing. It's just to make the brake, I think, a little bit more spongy. And you can change its like level of density here. Same with the throttle. So pretty straightforward. There wasn't much to it. You just put on the spring, lock them into place, and you can see that I put the little carpet grippers on them because I will be on carpet for this this part of the video. This creature is making my life very hard while I make this video. Go on, stay down, go, get out of here.
I know your wheel won't be moving a whole lot, but this connection.
Okay, get out of here, go. Ah, dang it. So bright. She knocked down my diffuser. You bum. Yeah, stop messing with that. So here's the power cable that goes into the back of the wheelbase. I will say that when it plugs in, it's got a lot of movement left and right. It's not a very, it feels like if it bumped, it would break easy. It's just so tiny. So yeah, just figured you should be aware of that.
Especially if you're somebody that's gonna be taking this on and off of your desk.
So sitting at the menu, there is a little bit of oscillation in the wheel. I think that's what it's called. I can just feel like a subtle vibration. They did include in their email, Thrustmaster said that they're working with GT7 and stuff like that because the wheel's not officially supported yet. So they said that will be a thing until that rolls out. So, all right, so I can tell you my issue right off the bat is going to be that these pedals are tipping back on me, but it is. I'm used to having my left foot on the clutch lately and having a brake in the middle, so I went to stick my foot in between the pedals and it was a disaster. Okay. So I'm a couple laps in now. In the Gran Turismo settings, I have sensitivity set to 1. That's what Thrustmaster recommended in their email to me, as well as I have the force feedback turned up to 10 for this car specifically. They said other cars you can turn it down based on the car you're in. They recommended some cars, but I'm broke on Gran Turismo because I don't really play it. And I didn't have any of the cars on their list, and I don't have enough money. They're all like 450K credits. What I can tell you so far though is I'm really digging it. I can feel that it's definitely a 5 Nm base. I feel that. I haven't really felt the spikes yet. Like, I guess in turns I feel like I'm fighting it a bit, but I don't think I'm gonna really notice when I'm on a desk, just because of all the lost detail that goes into the desk itself. But this feels like this right here down the hill feels really good. Just on my desk jump. I don't really feel those curbs giving me much. Like I said, I never raced on Gran Turismo 7, so I don't know I'm really unsure what those, oh, I felt that curb actually. That came through. This one does not. Definitely get some texture coming in and off the road there. Yeah, it feels nice. I don't know if you can see it in my feet down there, but as I brake, you can watch as I go into this braking zone. See the pedals lift up. That's just the nature of pedals being on the floor. You can always butt them up against the wall. That will help. But I'm not in that position right now where I can do that. I have a crossbar in my desk. But from what I can tell right now, the quick release, this is 10 times above what came with my CSLDD. Putting in a good lap. The top of this is as plastic can get. However, that's not a deal breaker for me because what am I doing with that? I'm really not, if I'm drifting, I'll be grabbing it here and there, but it doesn't bother me. So my first impressions of the wheel from a desk player standpoint is I think you're gonna really like it, especially if your desk is more stable than mine. Honestly, I kind of just want to play Gran Turismo right now, but there's work to be done. So let's get over to the rig. Okay, so this entire video is actually already done. This is 2 days later, and I feel the need to add this in after the Gran Turismo desk segment because this is really important. Two things have happened. I've made the desk more sturdy. I fixed like 80% of the wobble in my desk, which is going to make a big difference. Two, there was a force feedback profile that Thrustmaster sent that I was missing. I had not used it yet, and it has made a world of difference. And then the last thing, I raised the pedal plates up to the top to their max height because I have tall feet, and it pretty much fixed my tilting backwards because I'm more pushing them into the ground now than pushing them straight back. So let's take a drive now and see the difference. It's wild. Like the strength difference now is incredible. Oh my gosh. Like there's actually a fight to the wheel now, which I wasn't getting previously. Definitely getting curbs more, as you can see there. And I've got it dialed up to the max in this car, which I'm starting to think I don't need it to be because it feels like an 8 Nm base now. It is so freaking strong. And let's just turn the torque down for this car specifically. Let's go like 6 and see how we play now. So that a second ago was me showing the wheel at its absolute max power in game and through wheel. I've now dialed it down on the car side in Gran Turismo, and this feels a lot more like it should. Yeah, PlayStation players who have never had a wheel are going to eat this up. This is a big deal. This is awesome. Oh my gosh. While we're here, let me actually clip my microphone. So I have my microphone clipped to the collar of the quick release. We're going to see if you can hear that electronic noise. So I'll adjust that so you can hear it. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to, but you could like hear it whenever I would snap the wheel the other way. There was like an electronic whir that would happen. I don't know if that's the wheel struggling. I don't think it is because, like I said, there's no heat. It's a little bit warm now, but not hot. I wouldn't even say it's really warm. Like my cat wouldn't lay on this for warmth, and that's how I measure warmth in this house. So, but this is my secondary reaction to the T598 after a couple days of use. I think it's fantastic. So just keep this added little bit in mind as you go forward in the video because I do talk about Gran Turismo being a little underwhelming, and it turns out that's not the case. So, boys, if you got a PlayStation, I think we're looking at a good one. This is fun. So moving on. So I have 3 pre-drilled holes for my CSLDD because I don't have a wheel plate. So mounting this is going to be a bit tricky. I think I'm going to have to use their mounting plate, which is going to put my wheel at an angle. Should have bought a mounting plate. Can I come up? Oh, I almost broke my monitor. Did you see that? And I still need another T-slot nut thing. You just look through the frame. Eventually you'll find one. All right, the wheel is mounted. It literally is just held on by 2 screws. I have one on this side, one on that side, but it is ridiculously solid. So never using a Thrustmaster wheel. Not sure, I wasn't sure about their quick release or how highly it's rated, but to be honest, I mean, I hear no creaking hard. You can move it around pretty hard. There's not much flex. This is solid. Solid. I'll be tough about it. I'll take the Hustenfelds off and I'll put on the Thrustmasters, but we're probably going to put the Hustenfelds back on shortly after. So, all right, so all set up here. And instantly, let's see if I can feel any difference. A little bit more road texture, although there's not a lot, and I think that might be Gran Turismo. So I'll be excited to try Assetto Corsa. On the rig, the pedals are so much better. Having the pedals mounted nice and solid is like 100 times better. Oh, I felt that a little bit. And the force feedback made a little bit of noise to the wheel. It was like an electronic noise. Okay, let's ignore that happened and let's try something a little bit more exciting. BMW M6 GT3. So let's try this. Whenever you get into those hard moments of force feedback, the bass does whine. But like I said, most of us will be in headphones. I don't think you'll hear that. Let's see how this feels. This is always a good feeling turn here. Oh, I let off a little bit too much. I'm very excited to be able to play Gran Turismo at my desk here and there when I choose. But yeah, let's get over to the good stuff. So here I am in Assetto Corsa. I am sitting on the Nordschleife, and we are about to put this thing into gear and see how it feels. Okay, well already, there's the power I was looking for. There's those textures that Gran Turismo 7 wasn't giving me. Oh yeah, okay. This is a totally different experience. Yeah, it's giving me everything I would want out of a direct drive wheel right now. Which is good. It's what we were looking for. Oh, yeah. And there are moments like that where it feels more than 5 Newton meters, and I believe that's where the short intermittent boost of force feedback comes in, the axial drive. Is it getting warmer now? Still not warm. We'll race a little bit longer and see if it heats up. It feels really good though. Textures are nice and sharp, really clear. PC sim racing is just where it's at. That's just what it is. There's a setting on this wheel that I need to try really quick. So in the game race room, there's a setting that will send a jolt of force feedback whenever you shift, and I love it. And this wheel actually has that setting in it. And apparently it's more like for the rig than it is to come through the hands. So apparently when you shift, you're supposed to be able to feel it in the rig. And I do. And it's honestly kind of sweet. Whenever there's lots of force feedback going on, like on this straight here, just shaking my rig right now, by the way. Whenever there's lots of moments of force feedback, it's hard to feel that gear, but in those lower gears, it it sends a jolt through my frame, which is kind of a satisfying feeling. I'm so fast. I'm so fast. If I had not just gotten the QR2 and the boost kit for my Fanatec wheel, I would probably just leave this on here, to be honest, because it feels so similar and it's more solid than my wheel was with the QR1. We get to see how she drifts. So I've loaded up the ever popular drift playground. Oh, it's so hard without my clutch. All right, time to man up. I just have to do it. Am I one of the first to go for a drifting session on the T598? Maybe. Woo! Burn it. Hey. Let's see that entry. Maybe not that entry. Honestly, I could probably even, its snap is a little bit much. I could probably even lower the force feedback to have a little bit smoother of a drifting experience. But for not having a clutch, it's going pretty well. You know, drifting is a win. That was good. So before we jump into final thoughts, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because we're at about 10K. We're almost at 10K, and that's something we're celebrating. Maybe I'll like live stream in the nude or something. It's probably not a good idea. No, I'll do something cool. All right, so I've been diving down into people's thoughts since Traction released his video. Seems overall positive. I think a lot of sim racers are actually positive about new things in the market and more options available. And then there's your typical grumpy sim racers who are like, well, that thing sucks and that's so stupid, and you know, it's whatever. everybody's got their own bias opinions and things like that. For me, it's just about sim racing. If there's more options for people to buy, if there's more things on the market to meet people's needs, then that's good. We have a new direct drive wheel for PlayStation. That's huge. That's big news. Don't sleep on that. I really enjoyed it on PC. It really shined through on PC, and I think that's just the nature of Gran Turismo 7. I'm pretty sure if I had played Assetto Corsa on the PlayStation, I'd probably be getting that same feeling. Let me know if I'm wrong, because, like I said, new to Gran Turismo. Man, I am way too neutral as an individual. You know what? Could use a little negativity. I'm gonna jump on over to iRacing. I'll see you boys later.